Have you ever faced that one day? The day every dreamer, every creator, every person with a goal eventually meets. It's not the day you give up because you're weak or because you suddenly stopped caring. No, it's the day you quit because you are just so tired. Tired of pouring your heart and soul into something and seeing absolutely nothing move in return. For me, that day landed on a gray, miserable Tuesday morning. You know the kind, where it feels like even the sun couldn't be bothered to get out of bed. I had spent 3 solid years, over 1,000 days, building something I truly believed in. It was a small business, my one shot at creating my own version of freedom. But after all that time, after all the sleepless nights and relentless effort, what did I have to show for it? Empty pockets, a mountain of rejection emails, and a single deafening question that echoed in the silence of my apartment. What is the point of all this? I remember just lying there, staring at the cracks in the ceiling and whispering to myself, maybe I'm just not cut out for this. My hands were shaking, not from the cold, but from the sheer weight of stress and disappointment. I was so close to picking up the phone, calling my parents, and maybe even apologizing. Apologizing for chasing a wild dream instead of settling for what everyone called a real job. But I couldn't bring myself to make that call. Because somewhere, buried deep beneath all the exhaustion and failure, a tiny spark of defiance refused to be extinguished. I wasn't ready to admit defeat. Not just yet. So, I got up and walked out the door. I just started walking. I had no destination, no plan. My mind was just a chaotic storm of noise. Every single failure I'd ever experienced replayed on a loop, like a terrible movie I couldn't turn off. The business deal that collapsed at the last minute. The loan application that was stamped with a big red denied. The friends who slowly stopped calling, probably tired of hearing about my struggles. All I wanted was for the world to just hit pause for a second, to give me one single clear reason to keep going. Just one. And then, in the middle of all that mental chaos, my phone buzzed in my pocket. It was a message. A message from a client I had helped months ago, someone I had almost forgotten about. It was short, only 16 words. It said, "Hey, I just wanted to say thank you. What you built helped me when no one else would." 16 simple words. But they hit me with the force of a tidal wave, harder than all the failures combined. It was a sudden, powerful realization. While I was so busy counting my losses, obsessing over what I didn't have, someone out there had found real value in my struggle. That message was the proof I desperately needed. It reminded me that effort, real, honest effort, never just vanishes into thin air. It plants seeds. Seeds you can't always see. Seeds that are growing underground, just waiting for the right moment to break through the surface. I turned around and walked back home. I returned to the same tiny apartment, with the same stack of unpaid bills waiting for me. But something inside me had shifted. The fire that had dwindled to a faint ember was now roaring back to life. That night, I made a new promise to myself. If I was going to fail, fine. But I would fail forward. I would give it one more try. I would create one more version. I would fight for one more day. And then, slowly, things started to change. A few weeks later, I saw the first signs of progress, an email that actually got a positive reply, a potential client who was genuinely interested, a small sale that felt like $1 million victory. Each tiny step didn't feel like some grand triumph, it felt like redemption. It felt like I was earning my way back. And eventually, the impossible started to feel possible. The opportunities that had once slammed their doors in my face started knocking. The business that was on its deathbed began to breathe again, stronger than before. Now, years later, when people look at what I've built, they often say things like, "Wow, you're so inspiring. You never gave up." But the honest truth is, I did. I almost gave up completely. The secret wasn't that I never fell. It's that I managed to get back up one more time than I fell down. So, if you're watching this right now, and you feel that exhaustion, that bone-deep weariness that's telling you to quit, I need you to hear this. The moment you want to stop is so often the exact moment right before the breakthrough. It's the final test. Hold on. Take a deep breath. Rest if you have to. Resting isn't quitting. But please don't close the book on your dream just yet. Because sometimes, the day you almost give up is the very same day the universe quietly whispers, "Not yet. You're so much closer than you think." Thank you for spending this time with me. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. It helps more than you know. Keep fighting.